Hello and welcome once again to the Tech Guy off the radio live stream. Uh, we didn't have time for the pre-show today because I actually could not find my scarf. I left my primary scarf off in my car, and I just did not have the time or inclination to go and look for it. I didn't want to run off to the car. I was up kind of late last night, so didn't have time to do that. So I decided, forget it. Just gonna find the other scarf. Couldn't find the emergency backup scarf. So luckily, my wife knew where this was. The reason why we're upstairs today is because my wife has cocooned herself on the recliner with blankets all around her. Literally, there's just this little pit of her face, basically where my beard is sticking out here, that's exposed. And she's going to try and nap a little bit. And the last thing she needs is to hear me talking for an hour. So that's one of the tips. And by the way, just a reminder, the book is coming out, the 32 or 33 tips to stay married 33 years. And one of them is, it's not listed as a tip, but listen, if your wife wants to relax like that and doesn't want noise, you do things someplace else. That is a big and solid tip. I want to thank all of you who've joined us today and all of you who will watch us later on. Before we do anything else, let me throw on a programming note. This is, of course, the 11 a.m. Trump Economy Edition, because for the first time in the 5 years that I've worked where I am, they were asking for overtime today. Now, I actually am not doing the overtime today because I needed the rest. In fact, they not only asked for overtime today, they asked for overtime tomorrow. And I understand they'll be asking for volunteers to work overtime next Friday and possibly Saturday. And this is unprecedented at the place where I work. This is the time of season, we're a distribution place. This is the time of year where where instead of working 40 hours, we might work 30. We might work as low as 28 because there's just not enough business. But in this Trump economy, there's so much business that there's work today. And although the reason why I moved the podcast, even though I'm not going in, is I drive 2 Haitian ladies to work every day. Yes, this Trump supporter, this racist Trump supporter drives 2 Haitian ladies to work every day, and they don't have a ride if I don't take them. So they got to be in for 3:15. So I'm going to drive them because they need a ride. So the podcast is moved, and next week that'll probably be the case again. And then once Thanksgiving comes, Black Friday, we're flat out. So we're just going to move it to 11 a.m., which means I have to try and get to sleep earlier. I was very much rushing to get things ready today, to get the posts out. I want to especially welcome those of you who come from Whatafinger, because Whatafinger has been lately a lot of hits have been coming to the site from Whatafinger. So if you're a Whatafinger reader and you're coming to this podcast, and you're probably coming to it late, I don't expect a lot of you to be watching it live. I want to thank you for stopping by. Happy to have you. I'm Pete the Tech Guy. This is the face that goes along with the voice and goes along with those posts you've been reading. Hope you've liked them. Hope you like what's coming up. And this is I should point out to those of you who are new, this is a no frills podcast. Unlike my syndicated radio show that I had years ago, where you're in the studio, you're taking calls. This is a no frills podcast. It's a laptop, it's a mic. I'm not buying a bunch of extra. I'm not doing that stuff. Life is too short. I'm not going to build. Although my youngest son is moving out of the. Now I think about it, my youngest son is moving out of the house at the end of the year. So maybe I could turn his bedroom into a studio. I didn't think of that until just now. I could do that. I probably won't, but I could do that. I could make it into an office and then finally start deducting. I actually don't, although I do my own taxes, I don't deduct for an office in the house because I do my work wherever I feel like sitting. I don't want to sit in an office when I do my work and the writing and so forth and the paper. I don't want to do that. I know it's the tax deduction, it's a few bucks, but no, I don't want to do it. Because I don't want to do it, I ain't going to lie on my taxes about it. I'm not going to pull a fraud.